study of the humanities offers a deeper understanding of ourselves and others by confronting us with the questions, values, and meanings of the human experience. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is the Executive Director of the Michigan Humanities Council, Eric Nordberg. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Is it a challenge? I mean, you live it and breathe it every single day as the head of the Michigan Humanities Council, but for those of us who have heard the word humanities all of our lives but don't truly understand what the humanities are, how big of a challenge is that to explain and educate the general public?
I think very often we kind of skip the lecture and we try to get people just connected with our programs. The things that we do, everything from museum exhibits to community conversations to book discussion programs, are very much about talking about who we are as individuals, our own identities, but also the identities of our communities. Sometimes the things that we connect to that we think are different than others, sometimes the things that are similar to others. So having these conversations about what it means to be human and to be involved with other interconnections with people is really where we're trying to focus our energies.
So this is something obviously everyone should be able to relate to, and I know you focus on different stuff all the time, have a big project that you're helping to coordinate right now, bringing a Smithsonian exhibit, traveling exhibit to the state?
Yeah, we have an exhibit called The Way We Worked, which was drawn out of photographs from the National Archives. The exhibit looks at the work-life experience of people in the United States. So, I mean, if you think about it, a 40-hour work week eats up a lot of the time that you spend in your week. What does it mean to work? Why do we choose to do what we do, and how does it affect our identity as individuals? The exhibit has 5 different components, some that look at the development of work in the United States, say from an agrarian society to an industrial society, and maybe today more to an information and service society. Other portions of the exhibit look at the experience of women in the workplace, look at the experience of immigrant groups and people of color in the workplace. So it gives people a chance to come to the exhibit and kind of think about, okay, what does work mean to us? Why do we give it such an important part of what we do?
And then exactly when is the exhibit coming, and how can folks find out where and when they can view it?
Certainly people can come to our website and see the tour schedule. It'll be going to 5 cities around Michigan throughout the fall and through the winter. Starts in Big Rapids. It's going to travel to 4 other towns: Hudson down near Monroe, Plainwell, which is kind of southwest of Lansing, up Oxford north of the Detroit area, and then we actually also take it all the way to the western UP to the town of Ironwood over on the border with Wisconsin. Each of the communities gets a grant then that supports them to develop local programming in their area. They may do a small exhibit, they may do a speakers bureau. I know the folks in Ironwood, for instance, want to talk about mining history in their community. The people down in Hudson are going to talk about the agriculture and farming history in their region, and what kind of work gets done in those communities. How are those things different? How are they similar?
You do a lot behind the scenes, providing the funding and the coordination to make something like this happen. Also, folks may not know, it is your organization who's responsible every year or so for choosing, selecting, and really incorporating the Great Michigan Read.
That's right. We have a one book, one state program. We try to get everybody in the state reading one book that we select. We just finished a cycle of that program with a book called Annie's Ghost. I think many people read it. But we're going to begin the process now of selecting the book for the next cycle, and we work with 5 different book selection committees around the state. We're really excited to figure out what is it that people want to read, what do they want to talk about in our communities.
All right, can't wait to hear what that book is. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information on today's topic, you can visit michiganhumanities.org. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Eric Nordberg, the Executive Director of the Michigan Humanities Council.